All right, number 3, we want to evaluate negative 2b cubed. So negative 2b cubed. We're going to evaluate this. Sorry, we can't even see what I've written. We're going to evaluate this for when b equals 4 and b equals negative 4. So b equals 4 and b equals negative 4. Okay, so negative 2, we're going to replace b with a positive 4 raised to the third. So I hadn't really talked about it, just assumed that we knew, but whenever you see an exponent, that means you're going to be multiplying this number by itself that many times. So that means I'm going to multiply 4 times 4 times 4, 3 4. So I'm going to spell it out this time. Negative 2 times 4 times 4 times 4. So that's pretty much what's going on here. We would do the 4s first because that was actually an exponent. 4 times 4 is 16, times 4 again will give you 64. So this would be negative 2 times 64. And you can compute this with a calculator, graphing or basic. Let me see. I can probably pull up the basic calculator here, and they got modes. Standard, scientific is probably what you would rather. You got more options. So let me just show you. See this x to the third? If I did 4 and then this button, it does it cubed and we get 64. Okay, so with a different type of calculator, I use the graphing calculator. It also has that here. So if I do 4, there's a little bit different button pushing. I have to go to math, and then right here, option number 3 will give me the cube, 4 cubed, and still gives you 64. So most scientifics will do that for you, but that's what we're doing when we're doing exponents. All right, so then we do negative 2 times 64, and that will give us a negative 128. And then I'm going to do this with negative 4. So negative 2, we're going to replace it with a negative 4, and then the cubed up here. So here we'll write down negative 2, and then we'll have negative 4 3 times. Negative 4, negative 4, negative 4. All right, so remember, negative times a negative is a positive, and then negative times a negative is a positive. So I know all together I'm still multiplying the same numbers. I'm going to get 128, but instead of negative, it's going to be positive because I have an even number of positives. But if you do the 4 cubes first, or the negative 4 cubed, 1, 2, 3, you will have this negative 2 still here, and then this will be times negative 64. And then here, negative times a negative will give you a positive 128. So here we get negative 128 when we plug in the positive 4. And then we get a positive 128 when we plug in negative 4. All right, application here on number 4. A dieter tries to consume 4/7 as many calories per day as he typically did before he began his diet. If he typically consumed 3,500 calories per day, how many calories per day must he consume while on the diet? Okay, so we're just going to take 4/7 of this number. So here's what's going on. We consume 3,500, and we're going to multiply by 4/7. So we're going to be dividing by 7 and then multiplying by 4, or you can multiply by 4, divide by 7. I like to divide first, and I know 35, just focusing on the number 35, is divisible by 7. So I'm going to do the division part first. So 7 or 35 divided by 7 will give me 5. and then I add my 0, so 500. So reducing that part, that will give me 500, and then I still have to multiply that by 4. And then 4 times 5 is 20. So add my 2 zeros, 2 0 0 0. So 2,000 calories instead of 3,500. And again, this is something you can do with a calculator. As much as you can do without it would be good. But if you do, let me clear this out, 3,500. And then let's just say I do the multiplication first. So times 4, and then divided by 7, okay, because that's what's happening when we multiply by a fraction. We get 2,000. Same thing, I did 35. I divided by 7 first, and then I multiplied by 4. Okay, you still get 2,000. Multiplication and division are equal and opposite operations, so you do whichever one comes first, left or right. When they're stacked like this, you can do either, and they both will work out. So 2,000 calories.